Hello guys, thanks for joining me this evening as we take on the Joe Martin Stage Race individual time trial, part of the Echelon Racing League Community Series. So I've just done a little bit of a recon of the course. It's 4.9 kilometers, but it is 225 meters of climbing, several sections which are over 10% gradient. So it's going to be around about, 12 to 15-minute effort, something like that. It was just over 17 minutes for me sort of cruising up during the recon. So it is a individual time trial. We will be going off one at a time. We cut across to the start line. So today all of the categories are in together, all cats 1 to 4. So I've got a little bit of a wait till my race. I won't be going off until around about 10 past the hour. So I will cover some of the early riders, those who got in ahead of me, so you can see a little bit of the course before I then head off in 13.5 minutes. So I have to make sure that I'm paying attention and I don't miss my start time. But yeah, we've got 50 riders so far in this. We'll be going off one at a time, 15-second intervals. I didn't want to get in too early because I wanted to have a few riders that I could potentially chase down. I'm sure there'll be a few riders who'll be overtaking me. There's a strong field as usual. But yeah, when you're first off, everyone's chasing you. Bit of extra pressure there. It also just gives me a chance to give some of the course a bit of a preview, showcase some of the other riders before I get going. So the first couple of riders, or the first rider goes off in just under 3 minutes then. And you can see along the bottom there the profile of the course, plenty of dark red sections in there. The crest of the initial climb is about 3.1k, and then you can see it's downhill, and then just behind the start countdown clock there, it does ramp up slightly again up towards the finish line for the final kilometre or so. So it's going to be sort of won or lost, I think, in that middle section. So the start, we've got out at 2.6%, and there's a couple of hairpins which will ramp up to about 14 or 15%. And then it eases off slightly, and then at about 1.5k up to 3.1, that's where we've got that dark red section in the middle. 600 meters downhill, and then a meter final push towards the line. The final little climb is about 5 to 6%, and then it's around about 200 meters flat-ish up to the finish line. So it's a little bit tactical. I think you want to make sure you're putting the power down where it's going to matter most. It's not a consistent effort, not like a flat TT where you just want to keep the power on nice and steady. Maybe save a little bit for the second half. Today, those steeper sections, that's where I'm going to be pushing, easing off a little bit on that downhill, try and get a quick breather before final assault towards the finish line. So if I swap the cameras around a minute, then we should be able to get up to the front. So you've got a few different jerseys on show there. See the Restart Racing, got Above and Beyond Cancer, Shoe Dog, Clean Sport, DC Metro Bank, got Cliff Bar one there, Project Echelon, of course. So let's see who's the first one off. So it looks like Parish is going to be the first rider off today. Oh, there's a rider off already. There we go. Here we off. Jurgen Jansen's off first then, in the orange. Belgian rider. Coming out strong. He on some good form at the moment. He finished strongly in the Tour de Monde event, finishing in the top 5, I believe. See here, these early slopes, quite twisty. 10% gradient straight away within the first 30 seconds. He's off super early. We're now stood at the start then at the moment. And there we go, there's the next rider. Dave Blodgett of the Restart Racing team. There he is. He's off. Oh, on the big sign there. There you go, something like that. 3.8k, 7% average gradient. You see that, you know it's going to be a tough ride. So I think we've got a lot of the regulars here. So we've got all 4 categories in together. You can see from the Cat 1 Community Series, we've got James Melville. He's the series leader. There he is. He's off then in the GCN kit. Ned Bowen, who's currently sitting second. He's only 3 points ahead of me in 3rd place. So it's going to be a tight ride between myself, Bowen and Melville. See what will happen to the leaderboard there. I must admit, I'm not really sure who the leaders are in the Cat 2, 3 and 4 races. So can't really give you any updates on that, I'm afraid. So good start. Melville's off then. 4th rider away is Clark. Just keeping an eye on the bottom right there. I've got 8 minutes until my effort starts. I want to make sure that I don't miss the start of my race. That would be a bit of a disaster. So let's go back up to Jürgen Janssens then up at the start. Up at the front of the field is the first rider off. He's on this, he's a kilometre in then, he's on this slightly shallower gradient, still 3.5 to 4% there. You can see in the top right hand corner. It's levelled off slightly. There's a couple of hairpins. That's where you see those little steps on the gradient profile in the top right hand corner. It just kicks up a little bit. You can see it here, just approaching it. You're going to swing round to the left and it's going to kick up to 12-13%. Moving right out, then you can get an idea of the course looks. Sort of snaking our way up that hill. And it's actually a fairly straight run for the last K. But say downhill and then a little bit uphill. You can see Blodgett down on the bottom left of the screen there. See the orange through the trees of Jürgen Janssens then, working his way up through these switchbacks. Quick look then, see if I can just grab these results. Doing this on the fly, so it looks like Brzezinski, then Neugebauer, and then Janssens are the top 3 in Cat 2 then, so Janssens going well in the series. We are back down at the start then. Patiently waiting for our time to go. Ooh, this isn't very clever, is it? Spinning through everyone. Here's Jay Saucier then from Project Echelon. So we are going to see a bit of a mixture today with all different categories in together with no order. In terms of your starting position, it's just whatever order you turn up to the pen in. So there will be a real mingle between the different categories. Yeah, riders being caught on the road then. Shops just catching up with Saucier. Just billing a little bit behind him. It'll be interesting at the end of this race to see how people's strategies have gone, whether they've gone out too hard, too easy. We shall see. So 4 minutes to my start then. Smith, Navin. Gomez then catching up with Navin. Oh, sorry, this is Cooper. It's Gomez. They're real sprinting the riders along the course now. Take it back up to the start then. Here's Jürgen Janssens. You've got Logic just behind him. They're just past the halfway stage. So Janssens, the Cat 2 rider, Logic, the Cat 1 rider. Starting to catch him down within 100 metres. It's hard ride for Janssens. Not only is he off first, but he's got Logic, Melville, Schaefer and Parrish all behind him. 4 Cat 1 riders. Well, Parrish is having a storm by the looks of it. He's catching Schaefer. Janssens takes this last wide hairpin. He'll go up to the top there, down the other side, and then, like I say, it's fairly straight towards the finish line. Back down there, probably see there's Blodgett just coming up to those names on the road. Just at the top of the screen. Looks like Melville is just about to come through the halfway point, through the yellow arch. A bit hard to see because he's just in the distance there. He's about 400 metres back down the road. And Janssens here, who's doing his best to keep Blodgett at bay. Look back at that winding road. There's Schaefer coming through that arch with Parrish just behind him, bearing down on him. Be there, 12-13% gradients. It's pretty steep. Nice view back down the valley there. See that little grey line just at the top there. A bit blurred out because it's in the distance, but that's where the course starts. So about 2 minutes then before I go. Here's Mike Swart then, just coming through halfway, restart racing. The guy behind the rgtdb.com database. He's got Scott Bray, who I think is a Cat 3 rider, possibly. Too sure on that one. I think I've seen him pretty regular within the series. He's coming through halfway then in 7 minutes or so. When I did my cheers, Mark. When I did my recon ride, it was 10 minutes to the halfway point. Right. Going to cut back to me then. Make sure that I'm focused in position. Turn the fan up a bit. Be a hot one. So 57 starters then. Then tomorrow there's a 20 lap, about 40k crit circuit race. It looks like actually we're going up at 30-second intervals. I'm off next. Oh. Here we go then. So 1K in. Right, first third done then. Now we're on to that climb. So there's the halfway option. Nearly at the crest. It's not much rest. Soon flies by. Ah. 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 Oh, 11th place. Oh, and they've got me. Ah. 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 Ah, that was hard. Ah. Ah. Oh. Oh. 11:52. Hi, Francois. Oh, he just missed it. Oh. 11:52. 6 minutes quicker than that warm up. Oh. Ned there just telling me how close it was. Oh, that was tough. I don't know if I could have gone faster or not. I felt pretty on the rivet for that last bit. Tried to lift it at the end there. Yeah, Francois, they've added the new mechanism, the new physics engine. Today was a TT, so yeah, there wasn't much really to analyse today from that aspect. But tomorrow is a crit race, 6 p.m. UK time, so this time tomorrow. And I'm sure it'll be much more noticeable what changes there are. We'll be riding in the pack. There'll be collision braking on. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm not sure FDS, like, yeah, we were putting out quite big power around those corners, but they are 10-11% gradient. So I wouldn't really expect too much also braking around those corners anyway. They have taken some of the braking off on the downhill, so I don't know on that dark blue downhill section whether it depends. It's hard to say today, I think, and I was head down quite a lot of that, so I wasn't really paying attention to what was on the screen. But yeah, I certainly think tomorrow, and I will be streaming tomorrow so that I can try and discuss some of the changes as it's happening. I don't normally stream the Echelon races. I leave that up to ZMS and the official broadcaster, but I know they'll be focusing on all 4 categories tomorrow. And as I'll be riding, I'll just be looking at Cat 1 and yeah, try and see what I can spot regarding the new physics and see what you guys can spot as well, because I'm going to be trying to race as well, so I don't want to be getting too distracted. So let's have a little look then. Let's end that ride, look at the stats. So 377 average power for 10 minutes 52 seconds, so that's pretty good considering there was a few sections of that downhill as well. So I'm going to have a little look on my Strava, my power curve, see what that shows me. Oh yeah, that's looking like that was pretty good. Power curve, let's have a look then. So yeah, in terms of watts per kilo, that was a 10-minute best for me. 4.77 watts per kilo for 10 minutes, which is 372 watts, which is 2 watts less than my absolute, but I've lost a few kilos since I set that. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Setting a PB there over 10 minutes. I've got to be happy with that. I did come in with a bit of fresh legs. I didn't really race much this week. Did a nice solid ride on Wednesday and then took it easy Thursday and Friday. And then just did a bit of a warm up today, but nothing major. And then yeah, tomorrow 40-kilometer race. So hopefully I'll be able to stick with the pack. It's a 2-kilometer lap with about 30 meters of climbing. So that's 6 or 7 corners. But yeah, looking forward to that. So I'm gonna go get some recovery, bit of food, and thanks for joining me, guys. And I will hopefully catch you all tomorrow. Right, cheers.